I've had a shit day. This isn't a bit. I really have had a terrible day. The air compressor in my car broke, so my car is spewing out magma air in this summer heat. And then my phone had to get upgraded and messed up a bunch of crap. All the apps are messed up. The phone number's wrong. Had to be on the phone with my phone provider for like hours. I have to go to the DMV because the registration of my car's expired. I didn't realize it. Ah! Hey, if you want to help a friend out, subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/MatthewDonald. There you can find bonus content for Paleobites, like where we discuss pop culture featuring prehistoric animals. This month we're talking about Walking with Dinosaurs. Yeah! The classic 1999 BBC documentary. Classic. I said classic twice. It's because I've had a crap day. My brain is just spaghetti and ants. Trying to turn these turd nuggets into gold nuggets, or however the saying goes. So subscribe to my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you for your support. Have a good day. Certainly a better day than I have.
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast where Russell Crowe watched his ex-wife get eaten by a T-Rex and said, "I'm Gladiator."
Ouch.
Yep, and just jokes like that, why this show has lasted 200 episodes.
Exactly.
Happy 200th episode, Stephen.
Happy 200th episode.
Paleobites. You've been here since the very beginning. Episode 2, actually, but you were there when we first started recording.
I remember when you first explained to me, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Join me.
And you're like, yes. It was my name's Matthew Donald, and each week for the last 200 weeks and infinite weeks onwards, I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. And this week I'm joined by Stephen Curro.
Yay.
Yeah. And so we got a big one this week. As we should. It's the 200th episode. This is one I've been dreading to do for a while because it's been changing a lot, but we'll get to it in a second. First off, though, what has been your favorite memory of this show? That's my dinosaur-related question.
My favorite memory.
My favorite was probably when we went to that library and recorded the episode on 10,000 BC and, like, was it the lemur and other stuff? Because I like that library. It was a cool setting. I also like the library where we first recorded.
Library, yeah. That was very, very nice, relatively quiet, small space. I don't know. I have a hard time picking one singular.
I mean, it all kind of blends together, doesn't it?
They do, yeah. I mean, I just like doing on the show. Not only is it zany and fun, but I actually learn a lot.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I learn a lot too. That's that's one of the reasons why I do it too. I'm not just relaying this knowledge because I know it already.
Right. I mean, I contribute a little of what I know with
Right.
books, etc. But I wind up co-hosting creatures with you that I've never even heard of.
I
So
know, and
it's
sometimes
fantastic.
Sometimes I see these creatures and I'm like, oh my god, we gotta do an episode on this.
Exactly.
So, because like I learned of it, it's like, what is it I learned of recently? My friend Lawrence, he loves Alaska and Canada, so a lot of the Canadian and Alaskan creatures we do it together. And he also, his favorite dinosaur is Pachycephalosaurus. And I recently learned of a dinosaur called Alaskacephalae. And I'm like, Lawrence, come over here.
You got another one.
This
You got another one for him.
You got another
Excellent.
one. So, and that episode's probably going to be just me ranting and going into increasing rage because it's like, this one's different from Pachycephalosaurus because of this minor thing. And I'm like, then how come Sticky Order?
It's Jack Horner again. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's not Jack Horner this time. No.
Okay.
It's just I'm saying this one's different enough to be its own genus. But no, like Alaskacephalae can be its own thing. To be fair, Alaskacephalae sounds cool, but Sticky Mullock also sounds cool. So
It's just fun to say. Sticky Mullock.
yeah, the demon of river sticks. So Dracorex Hogwartsia, which used to be cooler because of Hogwartsia, and then a certain author threw their reputation down the toilet.
Oh, good grief. I still have mixed feelings about all of that.
Once she dies, I feel like the Harry Potter popularity is going to explode because people are like, oh my god, we can buy stuff now without feeling guilty.
Right. I guess so. Is it going to have to come to that? I mean, good God.
It might have to because she's really good at using her money. She's really good at getting money at every source she can and using it. Oh, man.
So from now on, I will buy her books used or off Etsy.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And as much as I'd love to go to the Harry Potter land, Universal Studios, I mean, I might still, because she's not going to get money.
I have friends in the LGBT community who they describe it as they have taken custody of Harry Potter from J.K. So like,
death of the author, sort of thing.
Right, something like that. Yeah. So they find ways to just keep celebrating.
Because like the world she created is incredible, like and the character she created is incredible. They resonate with a lot of people, and you can't take that away from them, even if like the creator herself. Mm-hmm. And also, I still hold the theory that she used to be okay or semi-okay, and then she got radicalized. I don't know if that's true, because people have started to be like, oh, they've always been problematic, and I don't know if that's true or that's them just trying to make themselves feel less bad about disliking it now.
I've heard theories that she's trans in the closet.
I could see that. I mean, she did use J.K. Rowling because, well, to be fair, she used that name because she wanted people to think she was a man at first because she thought that would name
and she wrote The Casual Vacancy. I forget what the name was, but under another male.
So she could be a trans man. Okay.
Ooh, so
plot twist, but it's okay because the media we like, Jurassic Park, has very good trans representation. Those dinosaurs.
This is true.
The whole plot hinges on trans dinosaurs. And those trans frogs that they were.
It's all thanks to the frogs.
Got the DNA from. Alex Jones warned us about those frogs. Anyways, on that note, speaking of Jurassic Park and speaking of Jurassic Park, they were talking about a very special creature. We're talking about Spinosaurus. Yes. And since this is a big creature that's changed so much, it's like a freaking video game, just constantly going through patches, just like.
So when you say change so much, maybe explain to the audience, to the listeners.
We thought it was one thing, and then we thought it was another thing, and then we thought it was we just keep getting more evidence for it because our original fossil for it was found in the 1910s, and then described and really shown the way it was in like 1920s and 30s.
Right.
So, and then there were changes in like the 90s, and then the 2000s. Also, it was the best remains of it were in a museum in Munich that got bombed by the Allies during World War II. So,
regrettable.
Yeah, science lost to war. Tale as old as time. Library of Alexandria.
Right.
And then like in the 90s, we thought it was one thing, and then 2014 we thought it was another thing, and in 2020 we thought it was another thing, and then now in 2023 it's another thing because we just keep finding new evidence. Like actually, this thing was way weirder than we thought. So
it just gets stranger and stranger.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought the best way for us to talk about this thing, I don't know if you noticed, but I've lugged in this giant machine over here.
Wait. What?
Oh, yeah, see, it's over here. Oh, yeah, the people at the coffee house.
Is that where that thing is in the corner?
Yeah, it uses, like, neutrons and, like, hadron colliders, other sort of stuff. I'm going to pull this lever here and push these buttons at the time ports. We're going to go on a time adventure.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, we're going to break a few rules of space-time continuum. We're going to go into our alternate selves from times past.
Every time they try this in Star Trek, it does not work well.
But what's science without a little risk? And I verified it. It works, by the way. Like I had the team that worked on the movie Oppenheimer and verified, because Christopher Nolan, he's really good at like making sure all the science is right. So his team came and worked on this for me. So
your justification for this is you're the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, just like in Oppenheimer, there's a chance that we could use this and it could ignite the whole atmosphere. But what's left science without a little risk? So I'm going to be entering the coordinates here. Beep.
Well, if you think so.
Okay. So, and here we go! Welcome to Paleobites, the radio show where two Abercrombies talk squat and squabble about facts and fossils. My name is Matthew Donald, and today on this lovely Saturday evening on August 22nd, 1936, we'll be talking about stocks. Hold up there, sir, not those kind of stocks, although those are just as extinct as our current market. The depression lingers on, and we're digging it. And speaking of digging it, the stocks we're talking about are fossil stocks, the one representing great animals from times long past called dinosaurs. And joining me on this endeavor is my good friend and fellow Bruno, Stephen Curro.
Hello, welcome. So happy to be here.
Yes, come on, come all. Listen on this radio show after we listen to some lovely Billie Holiday.
What fantastic wonder of the mineralogical world do you have here?
It's great. It's this wonderful creature called Spinosaurus. Have you heard of this Spinosaurus? Have you heard of any of these great lizards from eons past?
I suspect it's something from the dinosaur family.
It is something from the dinosaur family. What family in particular? Because there's more than one type of dinosaur, after all. It is a carnosaur, a group of meat-eating dinosaurs related to Allosaurus and the like. Don't know Allosaurus? Don't be a scrub. Size 45 to 50 feet / 13 to 15 meters long, 5 to 6 tons. This ain't your average Joe dinosaur.
Holy cow.
This is not a dinosaur that could buy a beer on the market for a pence.
I bet this guy could lick any other dinosaur that walked its way.
Oh, lick, and eat all the fish and all the meat. Oh, it's just he could eat all of them, man. I could go for some good fish in the fish market. Have you gone to the fish market lately? That's really...
Fish.
I don't know. Like just passing by the street, there's a fish market.
Oh God.
I had some good fish the other day.
Is fish even expensive during the Depression?
Everything was expensive during the Depression because no one had any money.
Okay.
Okay. Dietrich was a carnivore. This wasn't a vegetarian dinosaur, and it could snatch some impressive prey too with those meat hooks of his. Because unlike the more famous one, Tyrannosaurus Rex, this one had bigger hands.
Bigger hands, did you say?
Bigger hands, and with 3 claws, not like 2 like T-Rex. Although some people think that T-Rex still had 3.
Nature is just so bizarre and baffling sometimes.
It really
with
is.
3 fingers.
3 fingers. It's the bee's knees, wouldn't you say?
The cat's pajamas.
Oh, absolutely. It was in the late Cretaceous, 99 to 94 million years ago.
Ooh.
Millions of years ago. That was quite a long time ago. Before even the Great Flood. Before even the pyramids. Before the mammoths. And speaking of pyramids, it was found in Egypt. Must be real hard-boiled cats to make it through those parts.
So you're saying that this creature was swimming through the Nile before there was even a Nile?
Absolutely. And back then, it might not have even been a desert. It might have been a marshland.
That's just...
What are you talking about swimming? This wasn't an aquatic creature. This lived on land.
Are you kooky? You're talking about Egypt as a marsh. You're talking about a giant fish eater with 3 fingers. I don't know. Oh, my...
Yeah. Well, it's crazy, man. 1930s crazy.
So when did they first describe this strange fish eater?
I'm glad that your Brooklyn heritage has started to come out once more when you've talked. We described it in 1918, only 18 years ago.
So, relatively recent.
Relatively recent. I mean,
Okay.
paleontology is always a newly developing field. In fact, I think around this time, they have discovered a creature from Mongolia called Velociraptor. Roy Chapman Andrews and his team, or Henry Osborne, I believe. And but Velociraptor doesn't sound like it would be that crazy. That one's not the bee's knees, I don't think. It's kind of little, you know.
I heard something about that. It's like the size of a chicken.
Yeah, like why would anyone think that one would be as swanky as Spinosaurus?
I mean, if you're gonna choose to put an animal in Lights Up on Broadway, are you gonna choose a chicken, or you're going to choose this 45-foot monster with 3 fingers and giant teeth?
And also a sail on its back, like a boat.
Oh, what a living sailboat.
Look, it was not aquatic. It lived on land.
But what would an animal need with a sail if it's on land?
Well, since dinosaurs were cold-blooded monsters that were very slow and lizard-like, we think that it might have used it to warm itself up, basking in the sun, like a lizard does.
Oh, I suppose that's logical.
Because they're such cold-blooded monsters. Very slow.
Very slow, dim-witted.
Very dim-witted, very stupid. They might have died due to drowning in their own dung or something, or whatever it is we believe at this time.
I heard disease.
Disease. Mammals ate their eggs. They died of boredom. That was a theory I heard on the funny pages.
Funny for sure.
Absolutely. In terms of appearances and like the movies and the books and the shows and what have you, well, none there, but there's a fine specimen of it on display at Munich Paleontological Museum. Some incredible remains there for us to study and gawk at for many, many years, I reckon. You should get peepers over to Munich, something fierce.
I predict that this beautiful specimen will be there for generations to come.
Absolutely, nothing will go wrong. By the way, have you heard of that Hitler fella rising in Germany? He's not a big deal.
He's a pushover. Don't worry about him.
So in this fancy show that you listen to between listening to great songs with Sinatra around this time, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm a little bit kooky. I get these visions in my head sometimes. I don't know why. I feel like that our consciousnesses have come from the future thanks to some weird machine. Maybe I'm just talking crazy. Like I should go to the loony bin.
You've been reading too much Edgar Rice Burroughs.
I have been reading too much Edgar Rice, or like Jules Verne.
Jules Verne.
H.G. Wells. great writers of not this time, but a little bit further back. Do you know they're making a movie called Wizard of Oz? That movie's not going to be that great.
Wizard
it
of
sounds
Oz.
silly.
I read the book. It's about a scarecrow and a lion.
Yeah, a scarecrow and a lion. What kind of thing is that? And they go down a road of some sort of color.
And they want our children to be reading this material?
That's ridiculous. Also, that Walt Disney fellow is about to release his first theatrical cartoon.
What's a cartoon?
Oh, you remember? Was that one Steamboat Willie? It was like 5 minutes long, but this one's like an hour.
Oh, the animated drawings. That.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. This one's gonna be full length, like a movie. That can't be.
Full length.
Yeah, like feature length.
Like a whole hour?
Like a whole hour and a half? Like a movie.
I don't know if I can sit still for that long.
I don't know how they can keep the papers moving that long. I'd much rather talk about dinosaurs. Wait, why are storms gathering? There seems to be some sort of storm gathering. Oh no, it's in the room. It's lightning bolting us. Ah! 1998. Welcome to Paleobites, dude. The show where Dino Bros, Dino Go.
Righteous, dude.
Righteous, man. As if. It's the 90s, bro.
Totally.
Best time to be alive.
Tubular.
We're all gonna be dead in 2 years when the planes fall from the sky.
Y2K's coming, so enjoy it while you can.
Enjoy it while it lasts, folks, because we're nearing the end. My name's Matthew Donald, and each week on this radio show, after listening to Rolling Stones, no, that's older. I mean, I guess they're still around, and Nine Inch Nails. Was Backstreet Boys in '98, or was that a little bit later?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So Backstreet Boys. Sorry. Again, I have these weird visions about time warps. Maybe it's because of all the high I've been taking.
Watching too much Doctor Who, man.
Watching too much Doctor Who. There's a new Star Wars movie coming out next year. Did you hear that?
Get out.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. No, everyone's going to love it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's called something like Phantom Threats, Phantom Menace.
What are they going to do after Return of the Jedi?
Oh, this is before Return of the Jedi.
Before?
Yeah, it's called a prequel.
My mind is blown.
I know, and but more on brand with this show we're talking about though. We're talking. There's a dinosaur that we're going to talk about here. That's going to be in the upcoming third installment of the Jurassic Park series, due to release after Y2K. So we might never see it.
Oh man.
Oh man, that sucks.
I'm amped
bro.
for it though.
Yeah, that's not righteous at all, man. It's not hip. Like the bird hips that are in. Wait, no, lizard hips. Time warp brain. Anyway, so we're talking about Spinosaurus. You know this one Spinosaurus? You ever heard of it?
I think I read about it in a book.
Yeah.
Had a weird.
Yeah, like those big DK install like dinosaur illustration books, with that artwork.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Looked like a T-Rex, but it had a big fin or something.
Oh, but the thing is that art's from the 70s is outdated. We now didn't think it had a T-Rex head. We think it had a crocodile head now.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude.
That's weird.
I know, it's the bomb. It's totally Trippinsville.
Trippinsville.
The 90s, man. Did you ever watch a Goofy movie? That movie's never going to age. It's perfect representation of this time.
I do need to rewatch it.
It's a good movie. Maybe I can let you borrow the VHS at some point.
Just rewind it first.
Yeah, rewind it first. The Blockbuster does not like it if you give it to them when it's not rewind.
No, it's not cool.
Oh wait, speaking of dinosaurs, there is a Godzilla movie that just came out this year. Did you see it? I heard it was bad, but then some people say it was all right. I mean, it was really hype.
I thought it was cool. It was Godzilla running around New York. I mean,
and that guy from Lion King is the head.
I know, right? His acting's a little stiff, but
And there's a lot of Simpsons guys in it too, like Hank Azaria and Nancy Cartwright have cameos.
I like the French guy.
The French guy's good. Yeah, that Roland Emmerich's going places, man. So after Independence Day and Godzilla, and Stargates, what could he do? here. Maybe he'll make a movie about Y2K.
Maybe something about a giant blizzard.
Ooh, yeah. Or
really,
maybe something about prehistoric times.
Ooh,
we're daydreaming too far.
We'll have to evaluate that eventually. If he ever does that.
Okay, but I feel like if he's gonna do, he might do a movie about a date that could destroy the world. But I don't think it's gonna be Y2K. I don't know what though. But, anyways, so Spinosaurus is a group of theropod dinosaurs. Did I say that? A group of theropod dinosaurs that includes others like baryonyx, which is like real tripping, bro. You ever heard of baryonyx?
Yeah, it's like a weird walking crocodile with
like
with
a big
fingers.
claw, a heavy claw, as it were. It's heavy, man.
It's gnarly, is what
it's
is.
Real gnarly, dude. Gnarlesville. Totally. Size 50 to 55 feet / 15 to 16.5 meters long, 5 to 6 tons. Very long, but not very heavy. Very lightly built, but still hella big.
So this guy was bigger than T-Rex.
I mean, close. I mean, like, I know that Jack Horner fellow, who I very much appreciate and admire.
Oh, the guy's a genius.
Oh, he's absolutely great. He thinks that, like, T-Rex might be a scavenger, man. So, yeah, this thing could totally kill T-Rex, dude.
Oh, man. No contest.
Yeah, like, T-Rex is, I mean, they did recently discover Giganotosaurus, too. So, T-Rex, old news. Lame. Like, dumb buzzkill, man. If anyone brings up T-Rex as their favorite dinosaur.
What's fresh?
Yeah, what's fresh? What's new? So, if you think T-Rex is your favorite dinosaur, then eat my shorts. Okay, it was a carnivore, and like you said, it might have been a super predator that even ate that lame scavenger T-Rex. Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Lived in the late Cretaceous 94 million years ago in Egypt. Ooh, do you like Stargates? That movie Stargates?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Did you think the dinosaurs had spaceships? No, that'd be a good book.
Maybe you could use the Stargate to go back to dinosaur times.
Oh, that's cool. And then find the dinosaurs were also alien gods.
Whoa.
Well, look, again.
That would explain a lot. The Egyptians had all those animal heads.
That's true. They did have all those animal heads. Yeah. That's the only explanation for it. I think that makes sense.
I heard something about that in school. I need to rethink.
Absolutely. Well, I did graduate college in like 1980, 89. So the time is right this year. So yeah, it's been a while since I've been to college, man. The 80s, man, that was a real heavy time. Kind of miss it. It's kind of Die Hard.
It was a lot of fun, but it was also kind of harsh.
That's true.
Economy dropped. Communists.
Yeah, all those damn commies. Thank God the USSR is no more. All right. So, Pop Culture Parent says one set to appear in the later sequel to Jurassic Park. As I said, did you see the Jurassic Park movies, dude? They were the bomb.
They were the bomb. You can't.
You see the last one where he went to San Diego, dude?
Oh,
T-Rex?
I was on the edge of my seat.
It was so cool.
So exciting.
It was like Godzilla before Godzilla. American Godzilla.
Dog got eaten though. I don't like that.
I don't like the dog getting eaten though. But I did like the movie of was it like Arnold Schwarzenegger's King Lear? Is that what they had in the blockbuster?
Oh, now that you've mentioned it.
When's that movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger is still an incredible star. He hasn't gotten into politics or anything like that Reagan did from last decade, but he might. I don't know.
He's not going to run for anything.
No,
who would vote for him?
I don't know, and he can't run for president. He's not an American citizen, so he had to be something else.
I mean, even if he ran for governor, I think it's a long shot.
It is a long shot. So it'll never happen. Anyways. But yeah, so this is a pretty cool dinosaur. Big round sail, very round, and big long meaty legs.
Like a Dimetrodon, but with
2 legs rather than 4.
That's just.
And a crocodile head.
Wow.
Oh, it's really cool, man.
It's giving me brain freeze over it.
It's giving me brain freeze. Oh, my brain is starting to go wibbly wobbly, almost as if there's a time.
2014.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast where dinosaurs are all about that style, Gangnam Style. That might be a dated reference. Dated like dinosaurs.
Oh.
Check out my mustache on my finger, dude.
Radiometric dated?
That's pretty cool, yeah. 2014, what a time to be alive. We have a great president, and we might have a great president next time, too. A woman, it turns out. I mean,
yeah,
I think it's about time for that. I think we've moved on enough as a society.
I think she's got a shot.
I think good old Clinton, she's gonna be great presidents. Can't imagine what would happen otherwise. Well, we're talking about dinosaurs instead. We're not talking about politics, although a lot of the people on the Senate floor kind of are dinosaurs, if you know what I mean. Good old Mitch McConnell's going to retire at some point, though. Hopefully soon. So I think in the next couple of years.
Talk about a dinosaur.
Yeah, absolutely. The dude's old. Can you imagine him being there for another 10 years? Well, we're talking about a creature that's, oh man, it's changed at least 3 times at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Also, this is a podcast, by the way. I don't know if you've heard of this. They're kind of new, right? There's kind of a new thing going on. They've been around for a bit, but they're starting to get really big now. So, but there's not a lot of them anymore. I mean, there might just be a fad.
Just another trend, something that iTunes started.
Yeah. No, but like this is a dinosaur podcast, though, so I don't think there's any of those yet, and there never will be, except for this one. So it's pretty good. We're beating them to the punch. Can you imagine starting a dinosaur podcast in 2019 or something? Oh, late to the game.
Yeah, you missed the party there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ugh. Oh man, that person really better let it go. Like the movie Frozen that came out last year. Did you see that movie?
How could I not? It's a masterpiece.
Everyone's seen it. Although I did kind of like Tangled a little bit. Maybe I'm a hipster that way. I'm such a hipster.
Hey, do not desecrate the magic voice of Idina Menzel.
You mean Adela Dazeem?
Idina Menzel.
No, that was a reference to the Oscars where John
Oh.
Travolta said Adela Dazeem that late earlier in 2014.
Oops. That's a good one.
Okay, so we're talking about Spinosaurus, a group of theropod dinosaurs, and a group of tetranurian theropods. I'm a real Spinosaurus stan, personally. There's some other ones like Irritator, and like there's some ones, Suchomimus.
Other Spinosaurids, right?
Yeah. Man, in the 90s, particularly in 98, there was a lot of Spinosaurus discovered by Paul Sereno. I feel like we should have talked about that in 98. Sorry, I'm getting a weird time vortex travel brain head. Like, don't worry about it. I've been taking. Look, weed is legal in Colorado around this point, I think. So, like,
lay off the ganja, man.
Look, okay, I know. Okay, so, but like, so there's been a lot of cool ones though. That Paul Sereno, I actually met him. I think a couple of years ago.
No kidding.
Yeah. I was
That's
at the museum.
exciting.
I think it was around like 2010 or so. Yeah, so like 4 years ago. Yeah. So,
cool.
yeah, he was talking at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and I watched. It was great.
Aha.
So yeah. Size. All right, here we go. 55 to 60 feet long, so 16.5 to 18 meters long, but only 10 to 12 tons. Actually, no, not only 10 to 12 tons. We used to think it was lightly built, but man, it was thick. Thick and huge. It could beat Chuck Norris in a fight and slap that hard.
I don't know. Even Chuck Norris.
He can divide by 0 after all.
Can you imagine if Katniss had to fight this in the arena?
Oh, absolutely. Chuck Norris is in every Star Wars movie as the Force. Speaking of which, they're making some new Star Wars movies next. There's a new one coming out.
Yeah, Disney bought Star Wars. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that'll be amazing.
Shocked.
I can't wait. I'm sure the internet's gonna love it. They're not gonna argue about it at all. It'll unite us finally.
Yes, and they're gonna base it off of the Thrawn trilogy in the books because they always say that's episode 7.
They've got very detailed and planned out. Like it's they've been working hard on this. It's not a cash grab at all. They're in it for the love. Although I'm sure some people will legitimately love it if it was a cash grab. So, anyways, diet's carnivore, but more focused on piscivory than land predation.
Yes,
it slayed those fish, and with its jaws, it could yeet them straight out of the river. That big sawfish, Onchopristis? Have you heard of it? Onchopristis?
Nah.
Yeah, this poor thing in paleoart's constantly getting yanked and yeeted and disemboweled by Spinosaurus. It's Onchopristis is the Tenontosaurus, the Spinosaurus is Deinonychus. And yes, I'm aware that sentence is complete gibberish to anyone who isn't in on paleontology. But if you know, you know.
It made perfect sense to me. So
exactly.
There you go.
So, time, Lake Cretaceous, 94 million years ago. Location, Egypt. You've been to Egypt lately? It's going under some real unrest lately, a real crisis.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
All sorts of unrest and
some revolutions going on, I think.
Yeah, there's a coup.
Yeah, hopefully it ends well. We'll find out, I guess. Described in 1918, pop culture appearances got its big claim to fame in Jurassic Park 3.
Of course.
Where it's depicted as a big, brutish, bipedal badass rather than a quake-inducing quadruped we know it to be now. It was also in Zoo Tycoon, Dinosaur Digs, Dinosaur King, Carnivores 2, Primeval, Monsters Resurrected, Dino Dam, Planet Dinosaur, Primal Carnage, the Land Before Time TV series, and most recently a Dinopot named Scorn in this summer's Transformers Age of Extinction.
Dang.
It was modeled after this creature.
He's been around the block.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy. We used to think this is a two-legged carnivore.
And now
but
I think it's one of the... And it kind of walked on its knuckles, too, like a
there
gorilla.
finally is a four-legged carnivorous
I know,
dinosaur.
isn't it crazy?
It's weird.
I can imagine there might be a movie at some point with a big four-legged carnivorous dinosaur as its villain. I don't know if Hollywood's brave enough to ever do that.
I mean, they did it. They did it back in when dinosaurs ruled the earth. So I could see them doing
that's
something.
old time. Nothing new. Nothing,
Right,
when they get to
right.
like the 2020s or whatever the future's gonna, there'll never be a four-legged dinosaur, four-legged meat-eating.
No, Hollywood won't make that.
They're not
mistake
brave
again.
enough. No. Even if we know now that Spinosaurus had four legs. It did have. Well, the thing about that's more recently that in terms of a change, it had much shorter back legs now than we used to think it did. Yeah, like much shorter. Like it was kind of like SWAT. That's why I think it couldn't have. It had to have walked on four legs because where were those arms go? The arms were big.
So was it or was it not the biggest meat-eating carnivore?
It was the heaviest. We now know it was really heavy.
But in terms of length or height,
It was the longest. I think it was the biggest. I think we do think it was the
it's
biggest.
still the biggest.
It's
Okay,
the biggest, yeah.
just going
But
to
it's
stand up
just
very
so
tall.
weird that almost no one counts it. So it's not the tallest. That'd be probably Giganotosaurus or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see.
That's just weird.
2014. Was that when Mapusaurus was?
I mean, I don't know. After watching Spinosaurus completely devastate that T-Rex in Jurassic Park 3,
Which we now know, unfortunately, is
I know,
incorrect.
but like
because,
after, yeah.
but because like the T-Rex had a much stronger bite force because its jaws more for eating out fish like Oncopristis.
Exactly.
So
But it's just weird to see the Spinosaurus like that, and then oh, by the way, it actually was like this big squatting aquatic creature.
also, its
It's
tail
like,
wasn't
what?
round anymore. It had these kind of weird points where it was like
Get out.
Yeah, no, it's like kind of
No.
squarish now. I don't know.
Squarish.
Yeah. it
That
kinda
doesn't
had
even
weird
make
points.
any sense.
It's Squarosaurus, man. I know this is the saddest series of events since Fault in Our Stars. Did you see that?
Oh, I cried so hard.
It was so sad.
Ugh.
Almost as sad as Robin Williams dying.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard about that. I think it just happened.
it's been a hard year.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thankfully, it's never going to get worse than this. Especially with that ice bucket challenge. That's going to lead to good things.
That yes.
But yeah, Spinosaurus is pretty cool. But speaking of things to come, is now storm ahead?
Storm.
Oh wait, no, it's coming into the building.
2020.
Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that's about fossils that have been cooped up inside the earth like we've been cooped up inside our houses.
Yep, that's a good analogy for it.
Yeah,
I'm about to
absolutely.
fossilize if this quarantine goes on any longer.
Absolutely. Man, this quarantine, this oh God, coronavirus. I mean, I hate to say it came out of nowhere because people. It's called COVID-19 because we discovered it last year in 2019.
Right.
But we're just like, well, it's fine.
Well, yeah, it's fine. It's all the way in China. It's not over here. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, here it is.
We were a global society. Planes.
You know, they predicted this happening with Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's true. Oh God, what if that's next? Look, at this point, I'll believe anything. This year's been hell.
There'd only be an improvement at this point.
Elections coming up, and Donald Trump's probably going to win again.
I don't know. It's just getting really confusing and dicey.
I do believe, though, if he does, he'll go out with grace. I feel like that he'll, just be like, you know what, I just want to be president anyways.
He'll respect the process.
He might just shut up and go hide. He's not going to do it.
He'll just go play golf for the rest of his life.
And leave us all alone. He'll shut up finally. Here's to hoping. Anyway, so what we're talking about in our homes over Zoom. So remember Zoom? I was Skype for the longest time, and now we're using Zoom. Zoom just zoomed out of nowhere, I swear.
Yeah, suddenly everyone has Zoom. It's become cultural.
It really has. Poor Skype. It got its thunder thoroughly stolen. Anyway, so we're talking about Spinosaurus today, and this show that has been going on for a few months now at this point. I've started at a really bad time. Wanted to record with friends for a while, and then, oh, wait, no, I suddenly can't see friends.
At least people can listen anywhere.
They can listen
without masks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, and we have to record with masks most of the time because I do have a studio that I'm still at right now, and I know we have to use masks there. Unfortunately, right now we're recording over Zoom. So we're talking about Spinosaurus. So it's a Spinosaurid, a group of theropod dinosaurs split into subgroups Spinosauridae and Baryonychidae. with poor little Valabanova venatrix.
Say
its
that
own
5
little
times
corner.
fast.
Yes, you know Valabanova venatrix, that Spinosaur from Spain that sounds like a wizard? Yeah, apparently it's more primitive than the other two subgroups, I suppose. We gotta do that episode. Valabanova venatrix.
Absolutely.
Venatrix is the female version of Venator.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venator, I barely know her anyway.
I heard that like there's a gladiator, and then they actually had female gladiators
They
called
call gladiatrix.
gladiatrixes. Yeah.
Oh, executor, executrix.
Right.
So I had executrix in my book, Megazoic. All of them come out at this point. So they, yeah. So there was an executrix Sola or something. So those books are, I mean, they're pretty good. They're gonna blow up at any moment now. I just know it. With quarantine happening, you know, people got to read.
Just keep plugging away.
Yeah.
You'll
I'm working
you'll
on
get
something
there.
new called Tesla Knots. I don't know.
Tesla knots.
Yeah. It should be all right.
Is that something to do with Elon Musk?
Well, actually, no. Elon Musk is cool still. So yeah. So yeah, it has something to do with Elon Musk. I mean, no, unfortunately, it doesn't have anything to do with Elon Musk. But man, that'd be cool if it did. That guy is great. His reputation's secure for the rest of his life. He's a
visionary.
Yeah, modern day Tesla. So, so size 42 to 45 feet, just 12 to 13 meters long, 5 to 6 tons. It's been shrunk down recently. I guess that newt's tail that we'll talk about in a bit did a number on its length.
That's so weird. They shrunk it.
Yeah, all our remains that were blown up in World War II. Man. So diet's a carnivore. We still don't know if it's a full-on piscivore or an opportunistic predator. I say, why fit it in a box? Let it roam free, unlike us. I'm on my 3rd Rube Goldberg machine in my living room.
I'm so jealous of Spinosaurus right now.
Yeah, my 4th binge watch of Friends. Been binge watching anything lately to pass the time.
Going through lots and lots of Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a pretty good show. I like it. It did just last year. It did a great time. So. Time Lake Cretaceous, 99.94 million years ago. Location Egypt, a giant empty desert with everyone crowded together alongside the Nile. Sounds nice. I miss crowds. I'm at the point where I want to just be full on in the middle of a mosh pit. Like I hate concerts and people. At this point, I'm like, no, I need that human interaction.
The only time I can see people is when I take a walk around the lake.
And I just kind of wave at them from a distance.
Right. If I take one more lap around that lake, I'm going to go insane.
Yeah, just like, get me somewhere else. I want to travel the world. Anywhere. What was it? Yemen. Get me there. Why not? It's different than here. Described 1918. Pop culture appearances: Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World Alive, the mobile game, Jurassic World the game, Parkosaurus, Ark Survive Evolve, Zoo Tycoon, Dinosaur King, Disney showed Gigantosaurus, yada yada yada. It's a lot. Okay.
All over the place. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like
excellent.
There's some other things that it's been in from earlier times, but I feel like I've already mentioned them in some weird.
Nothing has depicted it in its weird
water
version.
I did have it in my Megazoic books, but I had it as a mutant because it's been changing so much that I'm like, because once one of the objects is mutants. It was Pyrosail is what I called it because it's like parasol is what it but like
clever.
It opened its jaws like an X. And it spewed fire.
Yeah, nice.
But so if anyone asks, like, why is it an actor? It's because it's a mutant. If there's ever a change to it, mutant.
I'm working on a dinosaur book.
What's it about?
It's about this boy in the Stone Age who winds up in an alternate universe with dinosaurs.
I'd love to go to an alternate universe right now.
Exactly. When there's no COVID.
It's good escapism. So.
But I am putting in the author's note for that book that all of the dinosaurs are up to date as of the publishing. Please forgive me if something gets outdated.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I was writing Megazoic books, I had this dinosaur Amphicelius, which was big, long, super giant diplodocid until that 2018 paper came out. It's like, actually no. There's Marapunisaurus, which is a Rabacasauropod, and Amphicelius is like a measly 90 feet long.
It's so weird.
I mean, look, it changes a lot. Speaking of changing a lot, so we think this thing is now fully aquatic.
Fully aquatic.
Like, although some people still think it's more like a stork, and like, I don't know. People go back and forth. Some say that the stork theory might be more relevant again in a few years. I don't know, but like right now, a lot of people are thinking it's mostly aquatic.
I just remember reading in the Jurassic Park dinosaur field guide that there were no swimming dinosaurs, and now that has been disproven.
Absolutely, no. This thing was. Although Jurassic Park 3 had that because like that Spinosaurus swam. It swam in the boat. And
but there's a difference between swimming and being mostly aquatic.
I know, but I still think they got that down pretty. They got that pretty early.
Yeah.
But this one you had a newt tail. It's crazy. Was that an extension of the sail? I don't know. Or is it the skin? I feel like we'll actually know if they have it in the spoke.
Like a rudder.
Bones. It's like a rudder. So how could they think it was like a story? I don't know. What's going to change? This thing's going to change constantly, man.
Man. We just need to invent a time machine and go back and actually observe it.
No, time machine. We shouldn't mess with that, man. I feel like there's already been too much damage to the space-time continuum for just us existing, let alone us messing with it.
Right.
Some machine.
Fair enough.
Well, wait, let's sort of like, I feel like someone's messing with it right now.
You say the weather lately? What's going on out there?
2075.
Welcome to Paleobites, the space cast, where dino knowledge goes galactic in your brain holes.
Stellar,
dude. They're bringing back some of that old-timey sayings back when we were back on Earth, you know? We didn't have cars that flew.
I know, right?
Can you imagine a non-flying car?
How 2050?
I know, how 2050 indeed. You know, they did used to think we'd have flying cars in 2015, but, you know, that was a bit ahead of its time.
A little optimistic.
Yeah. But speaking of back in time, though, we're talking about a new dinosaur. Well, not new dinosaur. I mean, it's always new. It changes forms faster than a quasar.
Dang.
It's constantly shifting, like the universe itself. Our knowledge of it is constantly expanding, like the universe itself, and our empire of its knowledge is constantly expanding, like our empire in the universe is expanding. Have you seen the creatures on Europa lately, or on Enceladus?
Those things are just strange under the ice.
Yeah, under the ice, and they've set up a little zoo there where you can look through like the ice. We're still not disturbing it. This is a nice future. I'm sorry, present.
Nice future.
This is an optimistic present. So we're just staring at it through our like X-ray goggles on the surface, looking down its natural habitat without disturbing it. Very cool.
Unlike how they used to run zoos in 2023, I don't know.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I'm a man, but. Yeah, so we're talking about Spinosaurus, a group of theropod dinosaurs closely related to the Avisauridae, the group that once became more bird-like, like the winged Tyrannosaurs, Tyrannosauridae.
Oh,
cosmic.
One of my favorites.
Oh yeah, remember when they finally confirmed that T-Rex had wings? I know a lot of people like, I knew it. I certainly was. I had that well, not my books. I guess my grandfather's. Oh, no, it is me. What time work?
That means that old monster movie Triassic Attack, which is like over 100 years old, predicted a flying T-Rex.
Oh my goodness, man! It's freaking galactic, superluminal, dude.
Superluminal.
Size 60 to 70 feet / 80 to 25 meter wingspan, 10 to 12 tons. It was a huge flyer, but thankfully generated enough helium in its swim bladders, enough methane thrust from its rectum to maintain lift, which, you know, is pretty quasar, if you ask me.
That's just pulsar.
Oh, very pulsar indeed. It was an omnivore. It ate everything, by Jupiter. It was truly an all-eater. Late Cretaceous, 99, 94 million years ago. That has never changed in all of our times we have learned about this creature. We've always known it's from the Late Cretaceous, 99, 94.
We've always had the date right.
That's been the constant.
The configuration has been different.
So, location Egypt, which has recently introduced its newest botanical reserve through its extensive phytoelectric programs, where they take all the trees and flowers planted on the Nile to use their photosynthesis for power to the villages.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that here in the good old DSA, the Divided States of America.
Have you had dinner from the top of one of the new floating Neo pyramids?
No, that sounds amazing.
Yes, so
serve space food.
Hey, don't knock Martian cuisine until you try
That's true. You know, they are growing a lot of great plants on Mars. So the way they grow crops, it does something to the texture of the food that the kid doesn't do on Earth. Low gravity.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Having Martian corn is like, it's pretty good. It was described in 1918, many, many years ago, over 150. But our knowledge of paleontology is 250 years old at this point. So it's a wonderful time. Wonderful time to be alive.
Just makes me wonder what else we're going to discover.
I know. Well, I know there's a lot of astropaleontologists out there trying to find bones on other planets that they don't have life now, but they did.
Didn't they find something on Mars?
Oh, that's true. They did find something on Mars. I forgot about that. My mistake. I don't mean to be a real, pulsar burst or like gamma ray burst here, but the ruining the mood by forgetting stuff. So Pop Culture Bear says Jurassic Park 3 is where it all started. Then it made its triumphant return in Jurassic Galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great legacy sequel.
So epic.
It also there's also Zoo Tycoon 1 and Zoo Tycoon 5. Jurassic Galaxy, the game. Many different dinosaur holo shows. And you can also physically become one, the augmented reality VR game called Jurassic U.
No kidding.
Yeah, where you become a dinosaur. You ever hook your brain to that? It's so cosmic, it's galactic, dude. I spent 12 years as a Deinonychus tearing apart Tyrannosaurus before I unplugged. And not even a picosecond passed in real life. Technology is the supernova, man.
You think I could use it to be a Microraptor? Just
Possibly.
soaring through the air.
Oh, why would you be a Microraptor when you could be a T-Rex? Those soar through the air, too.
Of course, even better.
Yeah, Microraptor's puny, man. It's micro. It's microbial.
It's micro. This is so ridiculous.
But man, this wonderful dinosaur, wonderful stuff to learn about it. But is that one of those cosmic storms?
Did they predict a supernova? Or
yeah,
no.
I think Jupiter is starting to spread its gases around.
Jupiter storm is flying over here. Is that what you're
it's
telling me?
Red spots expanding beyond the planet.
Infinite time. Welcome to Paleobites, the place where knowledge is everything and nothing. We are beyond podcasts. We are beyond time and space, but we can see everything exactly the way it was. We simply are. We are, we be, therefore we are, and are not. We're like the universe before the Big Bang, when there was no time, no density. And after the Big Bang, when the heat death and the big crunch simultaneously occurred. Yeah, absolute, of course. We know everything, and we finally have unveiled one of the greatest mysteries of the universe. What exactly did Spinosaurus look like? And it is truly a wonderful creature when we found out exactly what it looked like, and exactly how it looked. And since we all have this knowledge now, we don't need to repeat it. It's just superfluous. It's superfluous. It's like the air we breathe, except there's no air, but we don't air. So, Spinosaurus is a Spinosaur, a standard 3-dimensional life form. Unlike us 7th-dimensional beings, where we traverse through time as easily as traversing through space. This creature did not know the cosmic ether. No. Size we know, for we see all. Diet we know, for we see all. Time, late Cretaceous, for simultaneously 99 to 94 million years ago, as well as yesterday. And a trillion years in the future. We are 7th-dimensional beings who can traverse time like 3-dimensional beings traverse space, which we know in our advanced understanding of physics is the same thing. Time and space are the same thing. I know, mind blown, right? To use the old vernacular of the 3-dimensional forms of ours. How archaic of you. We have transcended beyond. We can afford a little comic relief, I guess. Even 7th-dimensional beings need to laugh. Yeah, it's the best time to get real. Let's laugh a little bit now. It was described in 1918, which was simultaneously, pop culture fans. We've evolved beyond the need of pop culture. We see everything, everywhere, all at once. Which, by the way, is a good movie. I've seen it simultaneously infinite times and zero. Fantastic. Spinosaurus. Once we figured out what Spinosaurus actually looked like, that was truly the pinnacle of our understanding of the universe. Providing us the key to ascending to a higher realm of existence. Absolutely. And here we are. And here we'll be forever, and also never. And why I feel my mind still. I see a storm.
Shut that thing off, for God's sake.
Man. That was trippy, man.
I have a headache thanks to you.
Yeah,
Good God.
We've gone through a lot of different times and a lot of different versions ourselves. We just took my phone here. Okay, it is August 22nd, 2023.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the date that comes out. So yeah, that should be
Good.
yeah, we're back to normal now. Look, I apologize. You know you were right about that thing. But look, I wanted to have something special for the 200th episode, you know?
I mean, you were trying. That's fair.
I was doing something fun, you know? Like, and what's more fun than breaking the continuum of the universe? So, let's rate it 1 out of 65 million, which we didn't do any of those other times, I just remember.
I
guess, should we rate it each individual one?
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
Because this dinosaur keeps changing
Yes.
over and over, I'm going to give it an imaginary number.
Oh, like mathematically speaking.
Yes.
Imaginary, yeah, like, yeah, of
Because
course.
imaginary numbers technically don't exist.
I'm
So
going to give it a regular number.
you do that.
Pi.
Pi.
So, pi million. So, okay. That's actually not a very high score because it's still 3.1. 10.
Well, pi is infinite. Actually, that's the perfect number for it.
Well, no, except it's 3.14159. It's still just 3.
3.14159, and then the
But
decimals
then-
continue forever.
I know,
There's
but
no
it's
limit.
still,
There's no limit.
I know, but it's still not 4. It's less than 4, though.
Quantum computers haven't even figured out
Look,
the end to pi.
look, this is us trying to recover from when we were 7th-dimensional beings. So, where we finally knew the final digit of pi. By the way, it was 6. Anyway, so, in case you're curious, it was,
There you go, folks. It
we
was
finally
6.
know. What else would you expect it to be? It's just gonna be one of the 10 digits. It's what is it? 6, bam. Okay. So, all right. Well, that's it for this week. 200 episodes
what a
of this
doozy.
track. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at paleobitespod@gmail.com, at paleobitespodcast@gmail.com, at paleobitespod on Twitter, not X, Twitter. It's Twitter, dude. I refuse. As does everyone else, I'm sure.
They haven't even changed the hyperlink to X
I
yet. It's
know.
still Twitter.
Well, and I saw a thing was like Twitter wants your opinion. It was a recent post, and it's like, good old
Elon.
what a way to ruin his reputation, dude. So, and also at Paleobites Podcast on Instagram, and that's where you can find me. Where can I find you, Stephen?
You can find me at my website, stephencurro.com, stephencurro.com. I have published various short stories and a novelette and poetry, and I have 2 novels that eventually will be published at some point in some time.
One of these days.
One
Come
of these
hell or
days.
high water.
Come hell or high water.
Absolutely. I also have a book series at Amazon Megazoic available for print in Kindle. Like I said, there is, well, sometime back in the day, one of those times, my head's still real. There is a Spinosaurus in it. It's one of the mutant dinosaurs that Ologex has. That's a way of getting out around whatever changes might happen to it. So, yeah. This was a hell of an episode.
I can still smell ether.
You can smell the smoke from when everyone was smoking back in the 30s. That smell lingers.
It does, doesn't it?
It lingers throughout time and space. All right, well, that's it for this week. I'll see you at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites.
Rawr.
I don't even know at this point. My brain's just... See you in episode 300.
So long,
Review
folks.
Spartan Dinosaur or something.